Welcome back to the second half of NewsBreak Live. With me tonight is Emily Waybright from Street Faire Antiques, which is a family-run business in downtown Torrance. And Waybright and her family also organize the monthly Torrance Antique Street Faire. Thank you for joining me, Emily.
Thank you so much for having me.
And the Torrance Antique Street Faire is getting ready to celebrate its 18th anniversary this weekend.
Yes.
Tell us how it all got started.
Wow, I mean, it seems like just yesterday. It was 18 years ago, and my mom was asked by the Downtown Torrance Association to come to downtown Torrance and start an outdoor event. They were hoping to bring business to the area. It was somewhat of a ghost town back then. They had just gone through a major renovation, but it was still, they were still struggling with bringing people down to the area, and so she started that, and it's become such a great event.
And your mother is Julie Randall, and she kind of created and produced everything. How was it for you, starting at a young age, helping your mother, with the process?
It was great. I mean, it's been wonderful. I feel like I've been very involved from the beginning. It's definitely a huge part of my life. Since I was 14 years old, freshman in high school, that was the first year of the street fair, and it was great. I was responsible for a lot of things. It gave me and a lot of my friends jobs once a month, and it gave us a way to have extra money for shopping, and it's been wonderful.
And how has it evolved over time? It started in 1998.
Yes. Wow, we started with just 30 vendors, and now we have almost over 200 vendors. We've expanded to different streets in the area, so when we were just one street at the very beginning, it's wonderful. Before, we used to have to ask vendors to spread out and try to take up as much room as possible, and now we're trying to make sure that they're just using what they have.
And your mother told me that the same vendors have been there since the first inception, when it first started.
Yes.
That must be pretty amazing.
It is amazing. A lot of them feel like family members. It's always so wonderful. Look forward to seeing them once a month, and I've gotten to know their kids, their grandkids, and just knowing them and having them be such a big part of my life has been great. They're all like extended family, and they're wonderful people.
So the Torrance Antique Street Faire is every fourth Sunday of each month.
Yes.
So tell me about this weekend. I know it's a Halloween celebration and an anniversary celebration. So tell me what customers and attendees can expect.
They can expect to have a great time. We go all out for our anniversary street fair. We have cake. We have the Scouts annual costume contest and parade, and that's really fun, and we've been doing that for 4 years. We have all kinds of dogs and really crazy cool costumes. That's very fun. We also have trick-or-treating for the kids and costume contest for them as well, and just a lot of fun. Everybody's celebrating, everybody's happy, and a lot of, like we were talking about, they've been here for 18 years, so it's important to them too.
And what about the appraisal booth? I know it's a popular part of the antique street fair that happens every Sunday of the month.
Yes, it's very cool. I believe it's like between $3 and $5 an item, and you can bring it or you can take pictures, and our appraiser's there, and he's able to give you information on the item, and sort of like the Antique Roadshow. You never know what your item's worth, so a lot of times people are really curious. So it's a great way to bring in that item that you've been wondering about and get some info on it.
How are the vendors? I know it's kind of like a treasure hunt.
Yes, definitely. It's a really great variety of vendors. We have anywhere from industrial furniture to artwork to jewelry, records, furniture, new stuff, crafts, succulents, just a lot of really cool stuff that you wouldn't expect to find there, and then also like the stuff that you would expect to find there. It's awesome.
So this weekend, tell me a little bit more about the Street Antique Fair. Where does it exactly take place, and how this weekend will be exceptionally different?
It takes place in downtown Torrance on Sartori, El Prado, and Marcelina, just off of Torrance Boulevard in between Carson and Cabrillo. You could expect to find a lot of fun, a lot of people. All our vendors go all out. We also have a decorating contest for the vendors, so a lot of them make their booths look very spooky and fun. I believe we'll have our DJ, cake, like I said, and a lot of fun stuff.
And because of the Antique Street Fair, the Street Faire Antiques store ended up opening up back in 1998. So tell me about that.
Yeah, that actually originated as our office. We weren't planning on having a shop down there, but once we found that location, we were hooked. It was such a beautiful store. We're actually now one store over. It's bigger, but it was really fun to be able to start that business as well and have a place for all of our antiques and stuff. And now it's a consignment store where a lot of vendors from our street fair have actually started to have a booth at the shop, and there's a bunch of cool antiques at the store that's open Monday through Sunday, and you don't have to wait till the fourth Sunday.
Right. If no one wants to attend, if no one can attend the fair, they can stop by the store, which is open year round. Tell me where these special treasures are found by you and your family.
That's a great question. My mom, she just has a great eye for it. It started out, she would just go around to the different thrift stores, but this was, 30 years ago. And now it's evolved into her not having to go anywhere for it. People bring her stuff, and she has goes to different estate sales, and just has acquired all the stuff. But now it's great to have room for other vendors. So she's pretty much downsizing that and allowing the spaces. We have showcases and different cool little setups in our store with a variety of stuff.
And talk to me about vintage. I know online people can actually access some of these great furniture pieces that are sold at the fair and at the actual storefront.
Oh yeah, absolutely. On her website, she has pictures of all of her furniture and the stuff that she has available online. So you can just click on the picture and it gives you information about the item, and you can always call her. And we have delivery. It's very convenient for us locals in Torrance. So.
And tell me about the ribbon cutting ceremony that's planned this Friday.
Yes, we're so excited. It's this Friday. We're going to be honoring our 18 years, and we're really looking forward to it. It's going to be fun.
And tell me a little bit more about the Antique Street Fair. I know you mentioned over the years it's grown so much, but what else can people expect when they come out?
They can expect good vibes, family fun.
And
we
the
have
ambiance.
a great ambiance that everybody talks about. It's wonderful to make a day of it. Go to Rudy's, have breakfast, or if you're into sports, you can go to one of the sports bars and then go out and shop, and it's all right there, and it's so fun. Or the Torrance Bakery. There are all sorts of fun things to do in addition to the street fair. That's why I think our street fair has been so successful and grown into what it is today. People love to go down and walk around the streets. We have all the stores that are open, and it's just, you can really make a fun day out of it.
And over time, people have come more out to downtown Torrance to see what other businesses, other restaurants have evolved over time. Tell me about that and how you've seen that evolve happen.
It's been amazing to watch over time. It really has. Before we would have, be struggling at finding a place to eat, and now we have all these choices of restaurants to go to, which has been wonderful. All these businesses are starting to come to downtown Torrance, where before you would walk around and you would see for rent signs that would be there for months. And now we're completely full, and we have the coffee shop and all these really neat little places that you wouldn't find anywhere else. But it's really has brought a huge amount of people to the area. I know for myself personally, I struggle at finding a parking spot now, where before the streets were completely empty, and now it's constantly buzzing. We have all kinds of things going on in downtown Torrance on a weekly basis, and it's been really fun to watch and be a part of.
And for many watching, if maybe they are an antique vendor or a vintage vendor, how can they sign up to become part of this great street fair? Maybe not this weekend, but for the next month.
Yeah, we're definitely sold out this weekend. But we have a website, and I think it's torrancestreetfair.com. You can always look us up by Googling us at Torrance Street Fair or Street Faire Antiques. And we can help you find a booth. On our website, we have all the information that will give you a map of the area, map of the spaces, and also break down the prices and how big each space is, and where you would put your car, and all those details.
And I think the great part is the event is free. There's free parking. You just have to kind of come on down. You can walk if you're close by. So what is the secret for people if they're coming by to get that great deal on an antique piece or even furniture that may be vintage?
I would say ask with a smile. Vendors tend to want to give you a deal with, if you're friendly about it. I would always say, I really love this item. Would you mind taking a little less for it? And that might work. But also, they like to get rid of their stuff before they're setting it up. So if you get there really early, you're able to get the vendors as they're bringing it out of their car, and people tend to get a good deal then, as well as at the very end of the day. We have a late crowd because a lot of people do come and try to get those last minute deals because vendors don't want to pack the stuff up, and they're more willing to give it to you at that price.
That's actually a great tip for shoppers. And I know many times, because it is the fourth Sunday of every month, sometimes the foot traffic can be slow. So what can you tell viewers who have maybe never been to this fair and what it can offer? The foot traffic can be slow, but there's steady crowds throughout the day. I would say for somebody who's never been to the street fair to come with a nice pair of tennis shoes, be prepared to, walk around the streets. It's not massive, and we do have shade. And, bring a friend, bring your family. We have Karen's Crafts for Kids is a great event. We have it's every month, every month, and it's a different craft each month, and it's free for kids to come out. And we have somebody who runs the Karen's Craft for Kids booth, and it's really awesome. It's nice to see all the kids come there, and they make a little toy or trinket that they bring home with them, and it's fun for parents to see their kids get to do an activity outside and while they're able to shop and enjoy the day. And there's something for everyone at the street fair, I'm convinced. Emily, thank you so much for joining me tonight.
Thank you.
And our CitiCABLE crew will be there as well, so we'll have more next week.
Awesome.
And so for all of you at home, be sure to mark your calendars for this Sunday at 8 a.m. as the Torrance Antique Street Fair gets underway. It will continue throughout the day until 3 p.m. For more information, you can go to torranceantiquefair.com. And don't forget to also stop by the Street Faire Antique store where you can find hidden treasures year-round. They're located at 1317 Sartori Avenue. And if you have news or a video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And for Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. We'll see you next time. Have a great night.